Alright everybody, we are back. We were not as close to round 2 as I thought we might have been previously. But we do have two new players for you. We decided to go that route. And as you can see them play rock, paper, scissors, as I talked about earlier, rock wins. So we do a giveaway every week, so stay tuned for your chance to win your own playset of rock, paper, scissors cards from Unglued. On the right is that how you spell Azorius? Nope. On the right is Scott Driver. This is a matchup of 1-0 players. Scott is playing Charles Ellington.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he is playing. Okay, so Scott Driver is on the right. He's playing an Azorius deck. He's playing against Charles Ellington. I do not know what he is playing as of right yet, but we will figure out very shortly, I'm sure. So, there we go. So, again, for those of you just joining us, we are at Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia, and this is Return to Ravnica Launch Party. I'm Zachary Evans. I'm joined by Brett Rose.
We're partying.
I didn't hear any word you said. It was just sounding like murmurs. So Brett is mumbling, and we are commentating. This is the second draft. Draft pod number 2 tonight. The first draft that we have covered. This is round 2 of said events. As everyone is excited to play with the new Return to Ravnica cards. So we thank everyone for checking us out. I will continue to berate everyone to follow us on every form of social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, everything. Zach sells magic at any social media outlet, but
Second Life, we have all of those set up again.
Second Life? Second Life?
Yes.
Yeah. Someone has bumped our camera, so remind me when we go out before when in between to go out and shift that. But, like I said, this is round 2. Both of these players should be 1-0. We had, in round 1, we had a Rakdos mirror match where we saw Max Turner win 2-1 over Jeremy Bales on the strength of Hellhole Flailer.
Yeah,
and I think over the course of those 3 games we saw at least 8 Augur Sprees being cast. So,
I actually found out Max has 3 of those.
Yeah. For those of you who aren't familiar, Augur Spree is an instant that gives target creature +4, -4. I think Charles forgot to draw. That's something we notice a lot sometimes. But
now this is an odd setup for deck placement.
How's that? Okay, so that's the Azorius Guild Mage, correct?
Yeah.
Azorius Guild Mage.
He detains for like 5, and he gives flying for like 3, I think.
Okay, seems good. The detain ability seems very strong. So it looks like Charles is Orzhov? That's not even available in this set, but Charles has ended up on black-white, so. Scott, I did take a look at Scott's deck in between rounds. He does have, he has a cancel. Cancel was reprinted in the set, right? I'm pretty sure it was. He has some counter spells. He has the Mahamadi Jinn card, the Sphinx, that if you discard 2 cards with the same name, you draw 4 cards.
Yeah.
I asked him if he was drawing live to activate it, and I think he has 2 key runes. So technically he could do it, but it is a 5/6 flyer, so it seems to be fine on its own.
How much does he cost?
6. It's the same cost as a Titan. As we see Charles play something that made a token.
And populates, maybe? Or is it...
I'm not sure. I'm looking it up. And again, we apologize. We are Seller of the Songbirds. It's a 1/2 for 3 when it comes into play. Put a 1/1 white bird token into play. And do you know what the other card Scott played is now?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so Scott gives his Guild Mage flying. So apparently 2 to activate on that. And gets in there, knocking Charles down to 16. All the Guild Mages seem to be pretty crucial. They're uncommon level, right?
Yeah.
Rarity. They all seem pretty good. The Selesny and the Golgari ones are just ridiculous. If you can activate them. I know they are a little mana greedy, but...
You know, Selesnian one, you pay 5 to put out like a 3/3 trampler, and then you pay 4 to populate, which is not that bad at all.
Okay, so he's sleeving up this bird here with something. Do you have any idea what that was?
I'm sorry, I didn't even see what was happening. Did he enchant?
Yeah, he enchanted with something that I don't know what it is. I apologize, guys. We can't... if anyone knows what that card that Charles has used to enchant, feel free to let us know in the chat, but I did not catch what that was. Because I am a poor Magic commentator.
Whatever it was, it gave it +1.
Yeah, that is a good idea. I can just scroll the...
+1 cost enchantments.
There is one that gives it... it can't block. Doesn't seem good. I cannot find it. I do not know what it is. So he puts another enchantment on it?
Scott put that one on.
Oh. And what's that one do?
It looked like an encrust mechanic.
Okay.
Or freeze, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, paralyzing grasp. It just doesn't untap. I'm still kind of blind here on that card that Scott played. I can't tell if it's white. This is a very difficult sub-game. Oh, that's the Azorius Arrestor, which is a 2/1 that, when it comes into play, it detains target creature, so it's just a 2/1 vanilla now. And then what did Charles play down there at the bottom? Oh, he's not playing Orzhov, he's playing junk, basically.
Word.
So what did he do there? We're a train wreck. We are a hot mess. The way we figured is showing you this and having us stumble over literally every card is better than having a dead stream tonight. Something is better than nothing, although currently, based on our performance, it's only slightly better than nothing.
Yeah, so...
But you can live vicariously and watch these gentlemen draft Return to Ravnica, for those of you who haven't had a chance yet. Seems to be a pretty interesting, pretty balanced, limited format.
As a side note, if you don't like what you're hearing, you have speakers.
Okay, so that is Armory Guard. It's a 2/5 for 4 that has Vigilance as long as you control a gate. I do not believe Charles has the gate, correct?
He does not.
So he's a 2/5 dude. So Scott, I still don't know what that enchantment is. Oh, I think it's Knightly Valor. It gives the creature +2/+2 in Vigilance and puts a 2/2 White Knight with Vigilance onto the battlefield when it comes into play. That seems like a good card.
Yeah. He's getting quality.
There are a lot of solid creature enchantments in this set, it seems like, which is relatively unusual. What was that? Is that the thing I was talking about? The
5 cost blue.
It's 6.
6. Oh yeah, you're right.
Is that the Djinn thing I was talking about? Sphinx of the Chimes, yeah. It's a 5/6 flyer, and it does has the activated ability that if you discard 2 cards with the same name that aren't lands, you draw 4 cards. As we were talking about earlier, Scott has only 2 copies of one card, and it's the Key Rune, which you probably don't want to discard, I would think.
It's pretty solid, so...
Yeah, it seems like it. But 5/6 flyers are still good, even if you don't do anything too deviant with them. Again, for those of you who we haven't mentioned before, we are having some issues with the connectivity in the shop tonight, so we have lost the stream multiple times, and it is lagging slightly, so we apologize for that unforeseen technological problem, but nevertheless, we press on and fight the good fight. Oh, we almost had a very We almost had a situation in the booth here as I picked up the wrong Dr. Pepper.
We are going to fight.
The studio commentary crew is mono Dr. Pepper tonight. So, Scott Pound's in there with a 2-2 Vigilant token, a 4-3 Vigilant, whatever that guy is, his Guild Mage. Did he give his Guild Mage flying? He gave everything flying.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that card is very strong. All of these Guild Mages are pretty ridiculous. I don't remember the original Guild Mages being that great. I mean, they're pretty good, but
I didn't play.
I didn't. I mean, I've played with them, but I haven't played with them in limited.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure they could have taken over. Do you know what this card is? He's activating down here. This gold card.
Is it the very bottom one?
Yeah.
Looks like some kind of elephant.
I do not know what it is, so I apologize for that. Do you not know what it is? There are a lot of gold cards. Is it a Trestle Troll? It is a Reach Defender 1/4 with Regenerate. Doesn't seem all that good.
It's costly regenerate too.
Yeah, it's 3 to regenerate. And I apologize for the ambient noise. There are a lot of people in this shop tonight, which actually don't apologize for. It's nice to see 40 or 50 people in our card shop on a Friday night.
Yeah, because everything was getting really stagnant.
Yeah, if y'all have watched our FNM streams in the past, this is the, I think, 6th week that we've done this. All the other 5 nights were standard tournaments, and we started off with like just about 30, and then every week it got down, and last week we had 17 because it was just a very stagnant format. So you're exactly right. It is good for some new lifeblood. Should have some interesting standard decks tomorrow at the Star City in Cincinnati, and then for FNM next week, which will be up again.
Looks like Scott picked this one up.
Yeah, he had quite a formidable board state. All his guys were vigilant, and they all gained flying from the Guild Mage, so that seemed like a pretty good combination. And you're taking off, Brett. Brett was taking off. I will be flying solo here briefly, but we will continue to show more coverage. Brett, thank you for your help, and we will see you
next week.
Next week, or tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. So, Brett stepping out. We will find someone to come in here and co-commentate. But I will mention, for those of you who are watching, we've done this in the past. I mentioned it in passing, but one thing we do like to do on our stream is at the beginning of the game, you may have saw the gentleman play rock, paper, scissors to determine who goes first. You too can start your games of Magic with a copy of rock, paper, scissors cards from Unglued. We're giving them away. Each week we give one play set away. So if you would like to get yourself entered into the drawing, immediately after I finish talking about this, I will go to Twitter. I will make a tweet about the giveaway. All you have to do is be following me at ZachSellsMagic on Twitter, and retweet that tweet anytime between now and next Friday. And next week we will draw live on the stream, and I will send these copies to the lucky winner. They are not worth a ton of money, I will admit, but they are hard to find and they have a lot of sentimental value. They're a great conversation starter. So the least we can do to support you guys for watching us is give away some cool cards. So I'm going to take a brief break here. The audio will drop out. I'm going to make that tweet. I'm going to step outside and see if I can find somebody to co-commentate, and then we'll be back with the second game here in round 2. All right, so I have managed to snag former stream. What's the word I'm looking for?
Participant?
Yeah, it's more than participant. Participant implies like you're just like a plebeian. You're just like some regular guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're. I want to go full bore legend, but
I'm like a cult favorite.
you're a cult.
Like I'm a cult. Fan favorite. Yeah.
Fan favorite.
Like a cult classic.
Adam
I'm the
Vickers.
like the Big Trouble in Little China of Magic.
You know, I try to watch other streams, and one thing I hate is when they make much inside jokes.
Yeah.
So the one thing I want to say is, if you have watched the stream before, Adam Vickers has appeared multiple times in some very fun situations.
Yeah,
so
very good matches.
Adam is joining us today. He is in actually Draft Pod 1, which is on a slight break, so we will monopolize his time until his
Which I'm
pairing.
1-1.
What did you end up drafting?
Kind of like a Jund. It's very
you
every
should-
scavenged creature.
You showed me your first pick. What was it again?
The Death Ride zombie or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Deathrite Shaman?
Yeah, and then it was second pick Rakdos Key Rune.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, and I grabbed all the scavenged creatures I possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
And
You got some fans in the chat there.
I know Dat Vickers.
You want to know a secret? Look how many people are watching us.
47.
Yeah, because I figured out how to appropriately market one stream on the
Nice. And now 47 more people know how loud I am.
internet. Well, I don't think you need to go back and watch the archives and search for the ones that involve you. I put who plays in each round on each.
Yeah.
So search for.
They're worth it.
Go search
some
under Zach Self
quality
Magic for Adam Vickers. There are some fun times. Okay, so back to the game here. Charles Ellington is playing a junk deck against Scott's Azorius deck. In round one, just for your benefit, Adam, I don't know if you saw it out there, but Scott did some major work with the Azorius Guildmage.
Yeah, the 2 mana to give anything flying
Yes.
is pretty good.
That's exactly how it went. He also had the card that was an enchantment that costs 5, that when it comes into play, it makes a 2/2 Vigilant Knight, and it gives the guy +2/+2.
Yeah,
vigilance.
that is pretty good too.
It's really good. We were talking about
good.
earlier about how, we both started playing roughly the same time. Back when we were a lot younger, and creature enchantments were awful because you just 2-for-1 yourself all the time. But there are a lot of creature enchantments in this set, and also in M13 that are very playable.
Well, it's just like, why would I want to put an enchantment on my Scald Worm when it's already 7/6? How much better could I get? That's just being greedy.
It was always Lifelink. Lifelink was the one that always wanted to stick, and they're just like, just lightning bolting. I'm like, Doomblade, or Terror at the time.
Yeah, I know that Weatherseed Treefolk was the bane of the playground.
So this is interesting. Scott has managed to get 2 on-color gates in his draft, and he plays this. What's that term? That blue flyer. Rune.
Oh yeah,
Rune.
he dies. Yeah, you draw
a card. It cycles when he dies. 2/2 flyer.
Opposite Maul Drifter.
Yeah, and the guy that the Mole Drifter on the way out.
Yeah.
And Charles has a Fencing Ace, which is a 1/1 double strike. And he's playing, is that the Guild Mage?
No, I think it's the one where you return a card and you exile.
Oh, yeah. So he rebuys the creature that died earlier. And manages to get in there. Scott does not nearly have the board state that he was able to develop.
No, not when the first thing you play is a 4-mana card.
Yeah. His deck is pretty good on the high end. He does have the Sphinx, 5/6 Sphinx.
And I noticed that he had the 3/3 that bounces the creature with 2, which is pretty good as well.
And if you were, we've been talking about this a little bit earlier, if you, knowing you got to kind of play whatever, as we see Scott play Paralyzing Grasp, knowing you got to play whatever you open, but if you had the ideal pool to build, what colors do you want to be in this limited environment, in this sealed, not sealed, but draft environment? In sealed, I want to be in Rakdos. We talked about that earlier because it's relatively slow, and Rakdos is pretty. Max drafted a Rakdos deck, the one we watched, and he played against Jeremy Bales, who had a Rakdos deck, and they were both pretty brutal.
Can I say all the colors?
Yes. You want to use 5 colors?
5 color, yeah. I want to get like the coalition, whatever it is, yeah. All the removal.
Well, you do my favorite card in this set is Chromatic Lantern, so
yeah.
You draft 2 or 3 of those.
You're good.
They are rares, but
I'm making my own pool. I'm making my own pool.
You're Adam Vickers. You can do whatever you want. So we're back here. What is the card that Charles just played? Do you know what that is? Is that a Selesnya Sentry?
Is it a...
Yeah, it's the 3/2 elephant that you can regenerate for 1 billion mana.
Yeah.
6
you don't want
to regenerate that.
Which Scott apparently doesn't care about it because he's swinging in for 2. No.
Yeah, I don't know what was that he just played. Is that that's the Sphinx, right? Yeah.
Oh, the old man Sphinx. The discard two, the same name.
Yeah. And we were talking earlier. He can activate it, but he has 2 key runes, I think.
Apparently, somebody would build one inside and the other one outside if they wanted the ideal pool, which is apparently better than
So we
what
appreciate. So there's 2 monumental things that happened tonight on the draft. We just saw the first abuse of puns in the chat.
Yeah.
Earlier we got our chat. You've arrived when your chat gets hijacked by a spammer for League of Legends links. Which
that is really depressing because I was hoping you'd say Viagra or condoms.
Or maybe like a low-cost home mortgage.
Yeah, which I always hate it because where I work at we use 411 a lot, and everybody around me gets the condom commercial, and I've yet to get it.
It's a tough life. These are first world problems.
Yeah, they are.
Tough life. All right, so Charles's board state's not developing quite like he would like here. He has 1 guy tapped down permanently, and then his other 2 guys are... One's not very lucrative attacker, and the other one can't really block. So he does leave up regeneration mana, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like he has a billion, so... does he have a forest? Yeah, he has a dual type land?
Do you know what that card is?
Right here?
Yeah, he has a gate.
Yeah.
Do you know what that card he just played was?
Inspiration.
Just draw 2?
Yeah, draw 2.
Instant divination.
Yeah.
Seems good.
Yeah.
In limited, at least. I don't think it's standard playable, but...
It used to be.
Lots of things used to be.
Yeah, I know, right?
Urnum Djinn used to be the best card you could cast. Sarah Angel used to not be an uncommon.
I know.
Okay, so Scott drops Charles down to 2. Charles has got to draw something live here, or we're quickly into round 3. Yep.
Nope, round 3. There's the scoop phase.
Yeah, the Scott's deck is pretty solid. I
Blue-white.
would not be surprised to see him play Max in the finals of this draft, but pretty good stuff. I'll warn you, Adam, and I'll warn everyone at home, we're now going to switch to the in-studio cam. I'll even change your name here.
Oh, man. No longer Brett Rose, even.
Well, Brett is actually doing something productive with his Friday night. I think he went out with friends to see a movie or a play or something.
Why would you do that? I was thinking about going to see The Evil Dead, but I think that might
That's
be
what he wants to do
yeah.
here in Charleston tonight. This is one of the things why you should come down to Charleston, West Virginia, and play at Lost Legion. There's an Evil Dead musical that's going on, so that's pretty fun.
I think I'm going to go next week, maybe. I can't find anybody that wants to go with me. I guess I could have went with Brett.
Not surprised.
But it is also $16, and that is a little high-end.
Have you been to a movie lately?
Yeah, I know, I understand, but...
You gotta get like a second job if you want to go to a double feature.
Yeah, I do want to see the Dread 3D.
For those of you this is your first time watching our stream, obviously we thank you for checking us out and appreciate you sticking around even after you found out what was actually going on. But I would like to point out this thing right here, which we've talked about multiple times before. Last week, people suggested that the ticker that I put up there was strategically placed.
Oh, yeah, I see that now, yeah.
That's actually just coincidence. But it does work pretty well at keeping the broadcast PG-13. This is some strange, like I've told you before, if you've watched before, we've talked about it all the time.
Room.
We're in a junk room, yeah. We're in a storage room that we've monopolized because it lets us shut the door and we sit far enough away from everybody that we can have coverage without the actual feature match hearing what we have to say. But for whatever reason, this room has this poster in it. It's for some dice company. It's
unusual elven dice.
Unusual elven dice, and it's just some QWarpshop.com in case, maybe they want to send us here's elven dice that we can promote on the stream. In my bag, I printed out basically a giant Lost Legion logo sign that I was going to piece. It was like one of those like raster images where it's like multiple sheets.
Yeah.
So I didn't have time this week to trim it down. So next week, hopefully, we'll have like a legitimate home store sponsor sign up there instead of this like elf emo. I don't know. It's very funny for people. Like every time somebody's just watched it, they always ask about it. So
I do kind of wish, since we are in the junk room, I think maybe because I like Top 8 Magic podcasts,
And we just don't have the street noise. We need like a jackhammer and everything, and be in a junk room.
Did you hear earlier? I think there was there like a parade
Yes,
outside?
there was a parade.
Earlier there was a parade outside.
Yeah.
I do not know if it came through
I think
on the
homecoming.
broadcast. Yeah, I think it's homecoming for South Charleston High School, because there was clearly marching band noise that you could hear from
I think that needs to be on a loop.
Yeah.
Just a loop.
I tried this week to pipe in every week. This is the 6th week we're doing it. Every week we get closer to having some kind of half-assed professional broadcast. This week I tried to do have like background music, so like when I say be right back, or you're like a splash screen or something, I could just put on some music. That didn't work at all. It would play and nothing would come out. So we'll
try on air.
These are all things that we will try desperately to sort out by next Saturday. Why next Saturday? Because of this. West Virginia State Championships, Beckley, West Virginia at the Beckley Convention Center next Saturday. I think 9 o'clock registration, 10 o'clock players meeting. Why are we worried about this? Because as of right now, we are scheduled to stream West Virginia State's, just like we're streaming this event now. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. That's something we've never done before. I don't know. There's a distinct possibility that will be the only state or provincial tournament that will be live streamed to the web.
I would think so. I mean,
and if there's other ones, they're definitely less than a half dozen, I'd imagine. So should be a lot of fun. Adam, just
nice. I have to.
Thank you for filling in. And best of luck to you, so you can sneak into third place up there.
I wish.
So, like I said, we are planning on streaming the event, which is going to be next Saturday. So if you have a chance to check that out, please do. Like I said, if you follow us on Twitch, you will receive an email notification anytime we go live. So that's the best way to get clued into that. If you want any more information on state tournament, not just West Virginia State's, but any of the other state or provincial tournaments, go to sleeveup.com. Joe Lewis?
Joe Lewis. I was trying to stay while you're going.
No, you're more than welcome to.
Round 2 is almost over for Pod 2 that you're watching. There's one match going on in that. Pod 1 has paired, and Pod 3 is clicking away in their first or second round.
Are you waiting for 4?
I'm waiting on Pod 4.
Okay. So, as Joe pointed out, Joe was in here earlier. We will watch him draft if and when we get a 4th pod to fire off. Until then, we will...
I just want to say something here about the... Oh, we got a visitor. Oh, hello.
Hey, Scott.
Should I move?
You don't have to move until the next round starts. Are we still on the...
We're still on break.
Okay. No, you're good.
Okay, do you want me to go ahead and move?
Well, whoever's the 2-0s are going to be playing.
Okay.
Okay, so I think you're playing... Yeah, you just stay there.
Who the other one is?
Probably Max.
Okay.
If Max won his round. But yeah, we'd like to see that one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we've decided that Guild Mage is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, all the guild mages
Also,
he's retarded.
Also, we're talking to Scott Driver here, who we just saw on camera. Also, the enchantment, the 5-cost enchantment that makes a dude and gives the guy vigilance, also pretty strong.
Yes.
I had to look that one up in the book, but...
much stronger than I thought it'd be. I don't know that I'd play 2, but 1 is really good.
That's been the recurring theme tonight, is there are a lot of playable enchantments tonight. So, but anyway, just to get back to the state tournament, I was telling Joe, we are planning on streaming that next week. So, I mean, I hope it works out. We've never done it before. It's not a location I'm familiar with, so we're going to try our darndest. So it should be pretty interesting to watch. So check it out. Go to sleeveup.com for more information on any state or provincial tournament. They will have information on all of them. They'll give you the organizer. They'll give you the contact information so you can find out where you want to go to play in your specific event. What were you going to say, Joe?
Well, I will try and watch as much as that I can before I go to my buddy's wedding.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna be able to play in state. So you limited this earlier because you have a wedding you have to go to.
Yeah. So if a little tip out there, if you are getting married and your best friend plays Magic, and you plan your wedding, please try to keep in mind states comes up at a specific time every year. Plan it around accordingly. But,
yeah. I think we're really grasping at straws there about that, assuming the priorities work like that. But,
well, that's how I prioritize things. I don't know about you. I'm pretty sure Magic first, everything else.
I'm pretty sure that if you prioritize like that, then you won't ever have to worry about getting married.
Well, ding! There, problem solved right there.
Although we have talked already tonight about how the fact that today is my birthday and I am sitting in here not just playing Imaginary Wizard Fights, but watching other people play Imaginary Wizard Fights. And oftentimes tonight, because we don't have a consistent co-commentator, talking to myself about Imaginary Wizard Fights, so that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I went to my birthday. You talk about playing Imaginary. I drove to just outside Dayton to play.
Oh, is that the Legacy tournament you went to?
Legacy thing there, and got top 8 in it and felt pretty good sitting in there.
That is when we lost. Joe borrowed a deck, and that's when we lost Joe to Dredge.
Yes, that is when you lost Joe to Dredge. He was buried underneath Gold
What do you think about that?
All the time. I think that
there we are,
saucy.
people.
Is that your little saucy?
This is mine. I don't know if I'm going to open it or not. I am the guy that sits on boxes, but I think I'll open at least one. I think what we are going to do, and for those of you faithful viewers, I think we're going to draft one of these at some point. I'm going to be out of town next week, and I'm going to be out of town the following week as well. But a lot of stuff in the works here. I want to do some more cube drafts. I want to do some more casual drafts during the week. And we are trying desperately to set up a weekly Legacy tournament. It's very difficult because we don't have a huge Legacy community here. We do have enough to have an event, but it's just trying to get everybody together at the right time.
If you are watching this and you are in this area and love Legacy, like Legacy, or has a Legacy deck, please hit up Zach at his email, on Facebook, whatever it takes to get a hold of him.
Everything up here.
Try and get down here. I know you were trying to do it on, Wednesdays?
Wednesday is the target day. We were trying to target a Wednesday night Legacy event for a lot of reasons. Number one, it's most convenient for me, and since I'm organizing it, I'm going to be selfish like that. Number two, there's another store that does an event on Thursdays. I don't necessarily want to run up against them. And then on Tuesday, I was talking earlier, there's another stream in Florida that does a Tuesday night Legacy stream as well. I actually like watching that. It's a very high production value. They do a great job down there. South Florida Magic. Check them out on Twitch. But I don't want to run up against them. Yeah. So Wednesday's our target. So if you do happen to be in the Charleston metro area and you are interested in playing Legacy, and there is a possibility of borrowing decks as well. We do have enough of that pending specific individuals, there's a certain amount of trust that has to be established with handing over some of these Legacy decks. But definitely let us know. As Joe said, you can contact us. How can you contact us? Twitch.tv, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. My username is ZachSellsMagic on all of those. So up here on the banner, it's been cycling through. You're already on Twitch. Follow us on any of those social media outlets for information. I promise I will not bombard your inbox or Facebook page or anything like that. But we just started the Facebook page. It's been pretty fun. I post pictures every night. I post.
Oh, your clip of the week.
I do weekly highlights. Fun plays from previous weeks. So definitely check that out. That's facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. So like us there and follow us on everything else. Should be good. I'll tell you what, Joe. I'm going to take a brief break. Step outside, see how much time we have left. Then we should be back for round 3. I think round 3 is going to be Scott Driver, who we just saw playing Azorius, and he'll probably play against. I'm listening. So they are pairing up round 2. Okay, so it is Max and Scott in the finals. So we'll go silent here briefly. Scott's already in there. I'm going to go fix the camera quite briefly, and then we'll come back with the final round to see who wins this inaugural draft of our stream coverage.
Dun, dun, dun.